Okay, let's try this again. It's the weekend board games, 2 weeks in a row because I got COVID edition. For those of you that are new here, this is Tubbs Plays Games. My name is Tubbs. I play games. I like games. And so after I play games, I talk about games. Every week on Tuesdays, I post this video, the weekend board games, where I talk about all the games I played the previous week before. In this case, it'll be the previous 2 weeks before, but it won't be as many games because I was on vacation and then I had COVID. If you're watching this on TikTok, YouTube, or Instagram, go watch it on the other two. The video content is the same on all three of those pages, but each page has its own little thingy. So give them all a look. Give them all some love. Like, follow, subscribe. Do all of those different things. Also, if you go to Board Game Arena, I am J.R.R. Tubbs on Board Game Arena. We could play games together. I guess I could say that I'm also J.R.R. Tubbs on Board Game Geek. I should probably start posting my reviews and stuff there as well. And I think that's all the things. So, let's get right into the games that I played over the last 2 weeks. I am the dad/uncle that always has a game with me when we go out to restaurants. And so it was my son's first day of school. And him and my nephews, my mom and dad, always go out to lunch after their first day of school. And I always bring a game because waiting at tables is hard for two 10-year-olds and a 7-year-old. So we played some Panda Panda. Full disclosure, this is not a picture of us playing Panda Panda. This is a picture of me playing Panda Panda the week before because I forgot to take a picture. Panda Panda is a hand management and set collection game from All Play Games. It's excellent. You should really check it out. I'm going to try to start saying more about these games, but really, I just like games. I'm just like, this game's good. So is this. Here's an idea. If you see a game and you want to hear more about it than what I've said, let me know in the comments, and I will try to expand upon it either in a reply or in a video. Maybe I'll do a review of it. That night was the Monday night game. If you're new here, the Monday night game is the idea that we try not to turn our TV on Monday nights after dinner is over. And my son and I usually wind up passing the time before bedtime playing a board game. This time we played Flowers, which is a pattern building and tile placement game from Actorus Editions. Where you're trying to just lay these tiles to match up the colors in groups of 5 and also match up the numbers so that you don't have more than the certain number in a clump together. So, no more than 3 3s or 4 4s. It's kind of hard to understand on Board Game Arena, I think, but getting a chance to play it in real life with it in front of me really kind of cemented it in for me. Wednesday night, I got together with my board game group to play some games before my bride and I shuffled off to Chicago for a few days. And the first game that we played that night was Dead Reckoning. Dead Reckoning is an excellent, excellent game. It's an area majority card crafting game. Comes to us from AEG and designer John DeClaire. I mentioned John DeClaire because it's very similar to Bruins and Custom Heroes in that it's the plastic cards that you use to craft and upgrade cards, which is an awesome mechanic, I think. This doesn't get to the table a lot in my group just because the setup is, I think, a little bit of a beast. I don't know. I've never set the game up. We've got one guy that owns it in our group, but I would love to play it more personally. Dead Reckoning. Yarr. Followed that up with Butterfly Garden, which is a tile placement kind of route building game from Capstone Games and the good Dr. Reiner Knizia. Again, I mentioned designers when I can remember them or when they're notable, and in this case, this is a re-implementation of Reiner Knizia's Indigo. And when I say re-implementation, literally the only thing that's changed is instead of gems, you're moving butterflies. But it's great. I mean, Indigo is great, so this is great. Then my wife and I were off to Chicago, so no games really got played. We were very busy exploring the city and seeing My Chemical Romance and Devo, which was awesome. And then I came back and got COVID and passed it on to my wife and my son. And so because we're all stuck inside for the weekend and I didn't get to go to any board game meetups, my son and I played some games on Saturday. We had a little game marathon. Started out with Captain Flip, which is from Playpunk, and this is a push your luck tile placement game where you're drawing pirates. Real pirate theme this week that have different powers and trying to combine them to get the highest score that you can. Excellent game. Next up, and also from Play Punk, was Zenith. Zenith is a game I picked up while we were in Chicago. It's a 2-player or 4-player game. I guess you can play it with 4 players and play as teams. I don't know why you would. I guess if you had 4 people that wanted to play it, but it's an excellent 2-player tug-of-war game. You're playing different cards, recruiting different crew members to try to move, influence these planets to come over to your side. And it's just a ton of fun. We had a great time with it. My son really enjoyed it, and I can see this one being played a lot more often. Next up, we played some Gizmos, which is from CMON Games, or as I like to call them, Come On Games, and that's for my Arrested Development fans. This is a drafting tableau builder where you're drafting marbles out of this cool little marble thing to represent energy that you need to power the various gadgets that make up your gizmo. And you're just trying to combine them to make an engine to build, to get the most points at the end of the game. And finally, we played A Place for All My Books from Smirk and Dagger Games. This is a worker placement pattern building game where you spend time in your apartment organizing your books in order to generate social energy so that you can go out into the town and get more books. And you're trying to place your books in your apartment in various patterns to achieve various goals. I dig this one a whole lot. I think the theme is really cool, and I don't know. I think it's a good one. I have yet to play it at 4. I've played it at 3. I've played it at 2, and I've yet to play it solo. But at 3 and 2, excellent. And that's it. That's everything that I played for the last 2 weeks. The play counts go way down when you're out of town and then unable to go to your game meetup. The other thing that we missed not doing this video last week is announcing the Ultimate Game of the Week. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Game of the Week is a hashtag that I started on Instagram where everybody just basically does a post shouting out their Game of the Week. And then I thought it might be fun if we took those games of the week and let the board game community on Instagram vote for their favorites, and we end with Ultimate Game of the Week. The voting is still going on for this week's Game of the Week. I know last week's Game of the Week, but we're going to throw to Me From Tomorrow to give you both of those results. Hey, Me From Tomorrow, take it away. Thanks, Me From Yesterday. Here's a quick update on the future. We wore a hat today. It's been a long time since we've worn hats. We used to be a big hat guy. We're trying it out again. So 2 weeks of winners for the Ultimate Game of the Week. So let's go back 2 weeks in time. Do you even remember that time? I don't, but I have it right here in front of me. We had not a tie, but we had a game that was nominated by 2 different people in our little community, which was Ofrenda. Ofrenda was our winner of the Ultimate Game of the Week 2 weeks ago, nominated by Hello Solo Gamer and Do.U.Even.Game. This week's winner for Ultimate Game of the Week is Earth, which was nominated by Stixer Games, Stixsr Games. This is a game that I think I played one time on BGA and remembered not enjoying, but I know a lot of people love, and I kind of want to revisit now. I think BGA was not the way to learn it, which is the case all the time. Anyway, that's Ultimate Game for this last 2 weeks. If you would like to be involved in this on Instagram, drop me a line, and I will add you to our group chat. It's a great deal of fun. So, back to you, Me From Yesterday. Thanks, Me From Tomorrow. Very surprising results. Anyway, that's it. That's all the games. That's all the fun we had for the last 2 weeks. Come back every Tuesday for this. And definitely going to be doing a review this Friday. What game will I review? I guess you'll have to come back Friday and find out. So until then, this was another week in games. And I'm Tubbs from Tubbs Plays Games. Talk to you soon.